I just know with whiskey, we're just pulling at strings, trying to find shit that makes sense in our brain. Bitch, I'm from Texas. So to be fair, I bought Horse Soldier Cask Strength years and years and years ago.
You did?
Yep.
Oh yeah, you drank it all, didn't you?
It took years to drink, but
It took a year to drink.
yeah, it was good. So
very good. I've always liked Horse Soldier. They're a little mysterious about their about what they do.
Well, there's not a ton of information, so I'll start off by saying this. So the confusing thing with Horse Soldier, let me go back a little bit. So after 9/11,
yes,
when our soldiers and the people that founded this company are military, so they're ex-military, which is a cool story anyway. They get out of the military, they fall in love with whiskey and bourbon in particular. They go
and make a distillery.
They go tour distilleries. They go to Scotland. They go to Ireland. Like they just soak it all in, and then they create their own distillery. Unlike a lot of companies that start off as NDPs, I don't know if these guys did or not, but they started distilling right away. So,
which you do see with a lot of like Texas distilleries, where they make vodka first, and then
sure, that's a typical way to start, right? So anyway, these guys are out of Kentucky. Their sort of their portfolio can be sort of confusing. So they have three basic
offerings that you're going to see on the show.
What I call shelfers, right? So they have a straight bourbon, they have a small batch, and they have a cask strength.
As we've discussed before, small batch doesn't really mean anything.
Not necessarily. No, it just means you take a bunch of barrels and blend them together. But the interesting thing about it, from what I read earlier, so it's not Kentucky straight. It's just a straight bourbon, so it's aged a minimum of 2 years.
Whereas a Kentucky straight has to be aged a minimum of 4 years.
Correct. So their straight bourbon is your typical bourbon, where you got corn, rye, and malted barley in the mash bill. Now, what gets a little confusing is with their small batch. Now, that's a wheated bourbon. Why they went to a wheated bourbon for the small batch, I don't know. So corn, wheat, malted barley in the small batch.
Maybe they felt like it.
And it's a straight, so it's aged a minimum of 4 years. And then the cask...
It's a Kentucky straight?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the cask strength, that's a wheated bourbon as well.
So only
the straight. Only the straight is a traditional bourbon mash bill.
It is.
Where the small batch and the cask strength versions are wheated.
What about this one?
From what I've looked at, from what I've learned, there's not a lot of information. So this is Horse Soldiers.
Yeah, I couldn't find a web page on this one to save my life.
This is their barrel select. It's a single barrel. It's aged 10 years, and this is a store pick.
That I just so happened to find at the local Spooks in Georgetown, Texas.
Correct. So, and I've seen a few of these. So they're out there. Full disclosure, they're not cheap. They're $100 plus. So I think we paid $99.
Although to be fair,
before tax.
Horse Soldier is on the more expensive side.
Correct, because it is technically a craft distillery. Now the interesting thing about this, I can't see where shit. I think that's 130 something proof, correct?
It is 100 and it's just shy of 130 proof.
So was it 129?
No, actually, I'm way off. It's just shy of 140 proof.
So
it's like 136.
136. So that's the interesting things with these single barrels is that our buddy Corey, Issa Corey in Vegas, he had a store pick that was hazmat, so it was 140 plus proof.
Really?
Yeah. So the fact that, and I think that's why I was so excited, because I think I had my glasses, to be honest with you, when I was at the store, and I saw that it was pushing 140 proof. I'm like, $100 or not, I have to have it. So, but point being, what I've read about these are the bourbons. So this is their bourbon mash bill. So the corn, rye, malted barley.
Which, from our understanding, is solely used on their straight.
Yes. Yeah, out of the three that you're going to see in the stores, if you're lucky enough to see all three, at the store I worked at, we had all three at all times. I've been into multiple stores where you'll see, the straight, you'll see the small batch, you won't see the cask strength. Sometimes you'll see one of them, sometimes you'll see two, sometimes you'll see three.
There's a random liquor store that's right next to the barber shop that we go to that has all three
Yep.
on the shelf.
Yeah, and that's pretty typical. Like I said, the difference is when you go into it, understand that the straight, and this is, if you want to write this down because I used to do that in the beginning. The straight is going to be more like your standard bourbon, corn, rye, malted barley. Your small batch and your cask strength are going to be wheated bourbon, so corn, wheat, and malted barley.
Whereas this one is akin to the straight. Notably, it has a 10-year age statement.
Yep, so 10 years single barrel, super high proof. So if you're not big on your proof, add some water to it. But once again, at this proof and at 10 years in a barrel in Kentucky, yeah, it's super. I get
Very
toffee.
bready too.
Yeah, I get toffee. I get breadiness.
Of course.
Definitely barrel char.
A lot of cherry.
Man, I just got some coconut.
Coconut.
Yeah.
You're high.
Well, it could be my lotion, but no, that just like popped up. It's really weird.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
Yeah, I don't know either. That could be full of shit.
To your health.
You can definitely taste. You can smell the rice spice in there. Man, it smells good. Ooh,
And very dark, very good.
she's a hot girl. Wow.
Don't breathe in while you drink it, sir.
Wow. But still great. I mean, great flavor.
Very much so.
And
Very thick.
the back of the palate, like it still goes on. Like I'm gonna go back because I was just overwhelmed with
Proof.
proof right off the
rip.
right off the rip. Because that is a proofy gal. It smells like dark fruits, dark toffee, almost that burnt sugar on a creme brulee. Man. Yeah, this is a fun one. But it's a proofy gal, so you gotta acclimate yourself. Make sure I make sure I cough before I drink it.
I think that's an ancient dad technique where you just sit on the couch and cough for no reason.
Yeah. Wow. Now I get some cola notes.
Yeah.
Almost a maybe just a little bit of flat root beer.
Maybe that's the coconut note you found.
No, not at all. That just maybe I just had a little stroke.
You've been having nothing but strokes
I've
today.
been sick, dog. What do you want from me?
You gonna throw that one out?
Yeah. But yeah,
Just like my aunt with the cancer card.
this is it's for as proofy as it is. It's a little ethanol forward. It's not as thick on the back of the palate as.
Like a Jack Daniels Coy Hill.
Yeah, it's not as thick as I would have thought, but you could sit down with this for probably an hour if you had a notepad and
Really pick
and a
it
pen and just sit there and because I don't think this is one that you just casually sit, not at almost
It's a
140
little
proof.
intense for that, you know?
But the nose is
What kind of savage do you have to be to casually sip 136 proof whiskey?
I mean, I can do it. I'm a pussy, but I could do it.
Oh, very good, very good. I wish Horse Soldier had a few more web pages out that explained what exactly their offerings are.
Yeah,
It's kind of confusing, but this is excellent. This is
Yeah.
fantastic.
This was the one when Issa had his store pick. I was really bummed that I didn't get it because you don't find a lot at this high proof.
No, because it's so niche.
Yeah, and typically if you're going to find something like that, it's going to be priced through the roof. So to be fair, in the state of Texas, 10 years, $100. We've talked about it. That's about right on line with your $10 per year age statement. It's at cask strength, which is phenomenal. And like I said, this isn't going to be for everybody. But if you like all those, that's what the beauty of this. I think something like this blows. To be fair, it's not fair, but like an Eagle Rare 10 or a Russell's 10.
You're right, that's not comparable.
It's not even close, right? It's just not even close, especially enough. But if we prove this down to 95 proof, I don't know. Maybe it's better. Maybe it's,
Could be.
Yeah,
It
but
would be interesting if it was proof down to like 95 or 100, because then it would be a very sweet toffee forward
yeah.
example of
But here's the beauty:
straight bourbon.
do it yourself.
You can do it. Now, there's some benefit to be said. Like if Horse Soldier were to introduce a bottled and bond offering, I think that would sell well, because this at $100 is a lot. If they had a bottled and bond offering at like 60,
Yeah,
I think that would fly off the shelves. Because like you and I were willing to buy a barrel strength whiskey and then proof it down ourselves, but a lot of people don't want to go through the hassle.
yeah, I agree. And this is not, especially this particular offering, this is not if you're 100, 105 proof and that's your jam. This will not be your jam.
That's a little much.
It's a lot.
That's fantastic.
As I like to say, it's a big gal. Like,
She's an intense lead.
it's one of those walking down the street in short shorts that you shouldn't be wearing. That you're like, oh god damn, sweet, wear long shorts.
Let me get you some pants.
And the muffin top's kind of hanging out a little bit, but then at the same time you're like,
Reminds me of the Las Vegas desert.
yeah, but at the same time you're like, god damn, I appreciate that confidence. Appreciate that confidence, because I could never do it, right? I could never do it. And this is kind of, I know this makes no sense, but this is kind of how I feel about this, where this one's just big and bold, just punch you right in the face.
Bold and brash.
Yeah. And it's like, look, 10 years, almost 140 proof, good luck with it. Right? And so for people like me and for people like you, and probably a lot of other folks, maybe that are paying attention that aren't, if proof isn't a problem, this is fantastic. If proof's going to be a problem for you, then
Ooh, baby, proceed with caution.
proceed with caution. Yeah. I would say it's kind of like eating something really spicy.
Yeah.
Like if your level of spice is like a 2, well, when you see something like Carolina Reaper, right? Carolina Reaper, is that what it's called? That chili?
Yeah.
You see that, you stay the hell away from it.
Yeah, because it'll punch you in the eye.
It'll burn a hole in your stomach, right? Where something like this, at least with bourbon and with whiskey, is if you want to get something unique and then you want to try it, and if proof isn't your thing, well, like we talked about, pour you a little, add, half a topper full of water into it, swirl it around, get it down to a proof that you like, because then at least you can still enjoy it. It looks cool on the shelf, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's got a great story. Evidently, there's a movie made about the horse soldiers in Afghanistan.
Yes.
Yeah, so super cool. I'm always willing to support like ex-military people.
I like the organization. Get a better website.
Yeah, they could do a little bit better with their website as far as for dorks like us,
Yes.
where it'd be more interesting. But 95% of people are going on the website just to hear the story, which is cool. I love supporting them. I'll always have something Horse Soldier.
Great company. I give them mad respect for producing something so unique.
Yeah.
Something so intense.
Yeah, and this is something too that just happened within the last year or two. So, they haven't been around for, 50 years. They literally got started kind of after 9/11 and all that stuff. So,
I hope that they will be around for 50 years.
yeah, if they keep doing this, now I only wish that they would be a little more, and this isn't a knock, but if you don't know what you're doing, well, rephrase it, that sounds terrible. If you don't know what the distillery's doing, that's when hopefully the person at the store that you're dealing with can explain you the difference.
Which, as we've discussed on multiple occasions, is where most liquor stores fall short. Their salesmen don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, they're just selling product.
Yeah,
They're not dorks. They're not really getting in the weeds with stuff. Where that was one of the things that I like doing. And even when I would used to sell this stuff, I knew they were weeders. I knew they were weeded bourbons, but I didn't know that the straight
wasn't.
And so I was surprised as hell. Be like, oh, the straight's a regular bourbon. The other two were wheateds, and then come to find out, all their higher age-stated stuff seems to be their normal bourbons. So they're not wheated bourbons. So interesting to know. But yeah, if you see this, at least in Texas, I would imagine that, they're big enough now where they're starting to do store picks all over the place. So if you can handle proof, grab it. If you can't handle proof, I say grab it anyway.